Thank you, thank you. Good morning. I guess I just look over at the screen. All these microphones. What is it? Oh, mic check. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Let's start this again and welcome to the Breakfast Club. My name's Darren Hancock and we are now live mics and everything at February 7th, 2024. Let's have a look at these. Let's go back and do that whole thing again. Well, anyway, I'm looking for these equal highs here today so far, obviously. Looks like that's where we're headed. Next thing is the rejection block. Thanks, Takmilla. You made it very clear my mic wasn't on. Love you, honey. Have a good day. That's my wife, by the way, not Takmilla. But I love you guys, too. That Tack Miller really makes his presence known when he's got your mic. All right. Good morning, Lambo. Good to see you. We're up and running here. Okay, so let's go back to the World Cup again. This is the World Cup standings. Eugene Denisenko, 142. Good for you, Eugene. Kelly Michael Wallace, 92. Oh, Matt. Trades by Matt, 80%. Way to hang in there, Matt. And our buddy Darren Hill, 19%. Good old England. My two ringers, Darren and Asher from Canada. Those are my two ringers. We're hoping for these guys. We're pulling for you guys. Keep plugging away. So, good work. Michael hasn't made his appearance yet, but we will soon see him make his debut in the top 5 for sure. You can all hear me now, I hope. Just double checking. Just give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Someone call the fire department. We have no sound. Thumbs up. Yes, you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Anyone? Thumbs? Heart? Anything? Okay, we saw heart. Thank you, Kirk. Alrighty. They're hitting off, coming near that rejection block there now. I just don't want to see it come up here, tap it, and create another equal high, roll over, and come back down again. So let's take our little tool here. Why is it not showing up on there? The S&P. What is that? 17,763. Well, that's it right there. We just hit the top of that there, 17. Well, 2 more to go. there's 63. Now I want to see if that rejection block, if price just bounces off of that and keeps coming back down again. Like it just does not give us our high for the moment. That they're holding it for some reason. Morning abs. Thumbs up, good. What's the close of that candle? $62. 63. 63. 63. So right here, that high of the day is 62.75, and 63 is the rejection block. So that's kind of like what we're bouncing off of right now. So I want to make sure we've got the potential for a retracement. So we'd have to see a significant drop though. We'll see if we close below the mean threshold of this candle. I think it's going to take the highs. I just want to see it come back to a level we can get in at before running the highs. So this is the party zone. The party zone. All right, I'm just going to, this is the call, February 7, pre-2. Did you guys get your homework done? For what Michael was talking about. Call, we want puts 7 pre 2. I'm just doing screen captures on the homework assignments we were given. Why is he engaging that? Michael, it's just noise. Just ignore them. Just focus on your task at hand, unless it motivates him. Some people find motivation in the strangest of places, I suppose. They're just banging around on that rejection block. It'd be nice to get back into here, into this consolidation. 50% of that back here. Catch that for a long. Yeah, I'm just screen capturing all the calls, and then the puts I just go down about half a page, screen capture that, do it pre-market, post-market every day like he was saying, and then we'll figure out the data later about what it is he wants us to look at. I'm trying to do a different one. I'm trying to capture the after market and then capture the pre-market, just to make sure that they're not there hasn't been some fiddling with the numbers overnight, to see if there's any difference. I suppose it's just doing the same thing he said, capture it before and after. So in other words, I'll take one last night, then I'll take another one again this morning to see if they fiddled with the numbers overnight. So I'm just doing an extra pre-market or after market. Morning, Southie. Okay, so now we're above that rejection. Now we're looking for the highs. The high here is 67. So we've matched the highs now. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to share it with the public, but very interesting, especially the timing. Mm-hmm. So this was since this little run this morning. We ran these lows. Body above here, come back, tag that breaker. Order block. Come back, find support at it. Come inside it here. Break the high, come back to it here. Didn't even quite tag it there. Don't get on these. Well, okay. Well, we're in the premium, right up in the premium range now, so not for me. Gotta wonder if we're going to take these highs out here at 10 o'clock and we get a reversal. Or we just continue to drive right through. We see a big bull candle, get above that and come back to the breaker here. Below that low. We get back into that. Then that's a upward run for the hourly. Continuation. So far you see the order blocks being supported and a slow continuous march up. I think we take the highs before 9:30. I will wait for a short silver bullet. I'm with you. In Forex, I note that the Dixie has created a low of the week Wednesday and failed the high of the week, failing short on Monday high. Estimate the high of the week in the morning. I say this to say I see Dixie moving up today, tomorrow. My thoughts, of course, are directed to 100% accuracy. Bearish today, tomorrow, let's see what happens. No sound on YouTube. Alright. Well, the consensus is this looks like this morning we're looking for a run above those highs. There we're hitting that little upper range. Now, it happened before 10 o'clock and before 9:30. So obviously two scenarios. Reversal. Oh, we see a big bull candle just taking off here at 10 o'clock. Come back, find some support here. Look for your silver bullet long. If not, 10 o'clock silver bullet short. We'll see how this next half hour goes. 27:28. Morning off grid. What's ES up to? They're taking their highs as well. Clean that up. That's the opening gap. Wow. We'll see what the 50% of that is going to be. NASDAQ. Huge. That's the pop above the highs. We have some displacement now. I'm going to try and go short here. Right off that 50% of that leg there. and inside that fair value gap. We have a break in structure here. There's only wicks here, but I do like that we've got a body below that point there, and these inversions have give way, come back up into that. Not feeling well. You're not feeling well, or I'm not feeling well? I'm feeling good. Oops. Damn it, why does it just keep so sticking? 17. I want to be around there. I wanted to get another one in. He's short here. So we saw this consolidation leg that takes the high, body trades through it back into consolidation. So there's another level here, or 50% of that leg that takes the high. Obviously the breaker inside the consolidation, sorry, the breaker inside the fair value gap. That's almost a bang on one to take. So those are the that's the theory I'm trying to trade there, is 1, 2 on that leg and 3 on here. And I'm just aiming for this old high back here. Finally getting a lift in my live account too. Now, because I don't want to see that go back up there, I want to turn this into a zero stress trade. So I'm going to go here. I've taken enough hits this week, so try and protect our capital. I don't want to see it get above this inversion here now. Fair value gap in here, return to the order block. I don't want to see this one give away now. So I'm actually going to sit at the bottom of that one there. I don't see it push right through here now. Starting reaching for these lows. Gotta get through this mean threshold here though. I don't want to see it come back up here again. As soon as it takes this low, my stop loss will go here. If it comes back up there, I'll just close it out anyway. I got this thing about not wanting them to see my actual stop loss. In my mind is here what they see. Even if it's not true, that they're targeting your liquidity. Even if it's just little old Darren sitting out there by himself, I don't care. Move that to here now. That order block should hold. Did we take that low there? This is the kind of resistance I want to see. I don't want to see it just suddenly blast right through it. Close the wrong damn thing. Come back into this order block now. Mean threshold. Alright, I'll wait for a fill here now. Okay, and there. That just made relatively equal lows. Inversion, I didn't see this guy here. Stop loss is going to be pretty tight though. I obviously don't want to see this high get broken here. Yeah, that's going up higher. Okay, now I'm going to sit on the sidelines and wait for a bit. Wait for 10 o'clock silver bullet. I haven't been listening on a call, but Michael mentioned opening range gap on this telegram. The mean threshold. Oh yeah, I was going to block those out. Didn't block that out at all. There's 50% right there. Break structure here. Didn't quite get back to the objective I was looking for. That's okay. Look for this one more time up here. It's kind of hard to know what. We'll have to wait till 10 o'clock really and see what happens. Let's look at these premium and discount arrays here. It's like taking that trade all over again. Get short. It's a breaker, right off the breaker body. We'll see how it reacts off this order block here. See how it just blew through all three of them? Totally disregarding that order block. That tells me this thing's got some strength here. We get below here now, come back into here. I want to see it get below a body below there though. Jeepers, right on it. Okay. See that? I like that. That one candle kind of tipped its hat there saying, this candle's important. If it holds it, then we might have more upside to the mean threshold. If not, if it blows through 3 arrays in one time, boom, 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 just blasted right through it, totally disregards this, and this order block now becomes the important one. And here we are back doing the same trade. Would have been the same trade we're doing earlier. Does that make sense? So that's why you watch each individual candle and you start to say, well, this one is where my eye goes here now. How important is that candle? It's not. It says I'm heading back down here. Same trade setup from here, breaker, back into that lunchtime money again, feast, and now you start running back down into here. My gut was saying, take the trade, take the trade. But my psychology was saying, you're up some money, don't do it. But it made total sense right there. And look how fast it's saying, I don't want anybody else to get on now. I've come back and taken all these little trailers. I'm not giving anybody an opportunity to get on now. But that was a perfectly logical place. I hope somebody got on there. They saw the logic of that and took it. Michael did. Michael probably took it. If he did, it's nice to know we were calling it right as it was happening. Lambo, that's cute. I did a misspelling. It's okay, man. I'm not a great speller either. I figured, do you understand the word I was trying to say? Yeah, okay, good. I'll try to correct the spelling, but as long as you understand what I was trying to say. All right, so we've ran these lows. So even if that was your objective there, you know, there's 670, 68, there's 48 handles right there. Alright, so now that we've run this low out, new range, lots of little arrays here. We've extended this, now we want to start chomping into some new stuff. Let's look at some new stuff here. Breaker right here, nice breaker, beautiful breaker. Are we expecting some resistance up there? Yeah. Let's do a 50% from here to here. That'll put you right back into that. 62 puts us into this guy here, 70 puts us in that guy, and 75% OTE puts us in a full fill. I'll leave that on for a sec. We'll move it over here. Now if it gets to this breaker, these are beautiful little returns too. If we get support at this breaker, there's 62. Just remember we could start compressing here now. So if I get in here off that breaker, this order block here becomes something important right there. Unless they come back, find some support at this now, and start to run back up. There's the order block, inversion, found support at it, running up now. So that kind of throws me off there, because that was my objective to aim for. What we got here? See how we're in the discount array and a premium array inside a breaker? A little swing low. It's a small range for 20 handles, 10 to 20 handles. You got to be nimble in here now because we're inside that new range. And we've worked the bottom. We haven't touched the top yet. So you want to see this come up. Come up, come up. You see how that's kind of working? They're just like small little pops below though. And you want to see that blast through here. Get on the other side of this and keep pushing down for this objective down here. See how that order block's validated right there? Reprice, rebalance, acts like just acts like a fair value gap. Come back up, hit it, run. Want to get through here now. Take this little guy out down here. Do we react off the bottom of this last little piece that hasn't been filled yet? And then do we start to come back up one more time into this? See how the stab, you got a reaction out of it, holds up on it, Now you either have to push back up or start driving through it now. The fact that we froze on it, I like to come back into that guy here because we got a small range that we're playing in now. See how the compression, we're talking about the compression happening. Here's your compression starting to happen. So we've already worked this angle up here. So I just want to see that start to exit further down. If not, look for a return to the top of this guy here, because we have this one here and this one here overlapping now. There you go. To rejection block maybe. Gotta watch you don't overextend your PD arrays. What's a logical level to reach for? $9.42. So he took this one, run back into here for a short, or did he take it long? 9.42. Yeah, it's compressing now. I would want to see that break through. There's nothing down in here except this order block, so you want to see it. It's got to eat through them. This order block's mean threshold, which is this order block's mean threshold. That's the lowest down body candle, so you want to see that just start running right through here now. I hope he's short. Right there. Makes sense, logical. And if he's looking to get back into here, this Asian high again, tagging that Asian high would be the objective I would be reaching for, right there. There's the return back into, well, we want to see that hit the high there. This little guy here, right, some support. Now we get a body below here. That's a good sign for continuation on the short. Look at that, just tap the mean threshold of that one, come back, hit the edge of it perfectly, and then leave. Beautiful. Digging into this one again, order block right here, body, mean threshold. If you lose the mean threshold, now we're into, see where this one closes on here. Mean threshold's been hit. Closed above it. High likelihood we might be going back up now. We've closed above that inversion right there. So tapping into the middle of it, further upside now. See how you can just see that? When you start to see that mean threshold, mind you, it hasn't closed above it. We have had a body close above it. So now you have to ask yourself, which one of those is stronger? The close above, the close above the inversion, or the mean threshold holding? So that's something for your own notes and what you want to look for, if that's even in your wheelhouse for a trading strategy. But those are the questions I ask myself. And now you got your answer. We've already blown through this now. Back into the breaker. That's the breaker we were calling for before. Now, here's the important thing. We're back into this range. To me, it tips its hat when it doesn't want to take these lows out, when it starts to break that premium array right here. We have a body break it. We trade it back into it. We're leaving now the mean threshold right there. Is that one holding? So it's the same kind of thing we had here, but this isn't a breaker, right? Because we didn't break it any low here. So this guy here, we have broken a low. So does he provide a level of support at the mean threshold? And we've got a body trading above this inversion right here. So chances are we're going to start to move up into these equal highs and the midpoint of this one. And take that high out there. And always keep that rejection block in mind. If we don't take that, we'll have to see where this one closes. But we could just hit the rejection block, frustrate the crap out of people who think, oh, we're definitely going to run these highs out now. So there's the rejection block. See how it taps it, comes off of it? Now I want to see where that closes. That would frustrate people because they don't get what they want. They're expecting it to take that high, and it doesn't. See that? And we close below the mean threshold. So it doesn't mean that we're not going to come back here, tap it, and then drive through it. But just something to kind of be aware of. If you're scaling something out, you would have scaled out perfectly right there for a chunk. If that turns around and comes back down now, you'll be glad that you did. Now it's just multiple eat through that mean threshold. Didn't even get to come back to that inversion. We're right up into this dude now. Now we're looking for taking these highs out. Continuation, so now we've blown through this guy here as well. So now I guess your theory would be whether or not you're going to, the moment these things start to break the structure that we were talking about right there, when it broke that structure, you have to say to yourself, oh no, I'm changing up now, I'm going long. And you take the long running for the next high that you can hit, right? Or, you know, scale out a piece here, up there, so on and so forth. Now, whether or not you decide to get really aggressive and trade that kind of trading strategy, you got to have a lot of confidence. I've seen that strategy for a while, but I don't have the confidence to trade it, even though it seems to mark itself out quite frequently. Over time, I'll get there. Still working on the head, making sure I reinforce some positive thoughts in my head after taking those losses yesterday. The afternoon was really good. We got a good afternoon. But the key thing about yesterday was no more trades, even though there was beautiful setups in the afternoon, and we're calling it really well. It's the psychology. So you said you weren't going to trade, then don't trade. Don't find a reason to keep trading. Oh, now I bet you're thinking, man, had I not just gone with that first little indication that we are going to the upside right there, you'd be hauling pips right now, or handles, I should say. Hello from Singapore. Vito Rio. I like that name. Vito Rio. Vittorio. Is it Vittorio or Vitorito? Vittorio. Oh, this is beautiful. I love seeing this. Look at this go. And I love the fact that we're calling the turn down in here. Now, again, that doesn't make it great. That just makes me happy when I see that we're going, wait a second, this is going up now, because we broke the mean threshold, or the high of that inversion, tipped its hat right there. Inside the fair value gap, nice. I like that it's done this and I'm not on it. It doesn't matter. The fact that we were looking at it right here and we were calling it right as it was starting to make that break through this inversion, you go, this is probably reversing and heading back up. So compressing, extending, love it. Love it, love it. Let's get rid of that. The carrot, 17,825. We had that one up on the books for a while now. I'm happy with that. I like that. Now, what we want to see is, now we've got a big bold candle here. I want to see this come back into these equal highs here, or the breakers. This one right here, that would be there. This guy here. We'll take this guy right here. I'm holding from the 3-minute fair value gap. Made 250 pounds. How humble, can't wait to see his last trade of the year. Lots of relative equal lows with the sell side resting below. Flashback of the most of yesterday's price action aside. Buy target taken. New highs. Yep. Yeah. There's not even a silver bullet you can get in on that. There's no silver bullet. Just that little inversion. 24. Where did we get to? 26, 25? Oh, we're so close. We are 0.5 off of my upper prediction there. What is ES doing? There's no silver bullet here. There is one right there. There's a 7, 8, return to the imbalance. I can imagine Michael just killing it right there, going for a long. It says the sell side's been taken with a wick. The body did not break that low. A wick took the sell side one more time, would come back, find support here, and we start to break up above. We broke above that mean threshold of that candle. Come back, tack that, and off. I can imagine him getting long right there. That sounds like a logical place for me. So now that we've pretty much hit the objective I was looking for here, carrot's still up here. I don't know if I just stuck it up there for no reason, or I'll have to check over here. All right, so our next upside is little happy face up here. We didn't get the return to here. I like that. 50% of that range. I bet we didn't even get that. This is kind of like what Michael was talking about in one of his videos. If we don't get a 50% retracement, then we are, oh, look at that, right on the money. 50% retracement of that leg. Oh, no, it's not. Stand by. Right, yeah, I did. 50% right back to it, tagged it, and kept going. Nice. So you didn't get this old high here, but you did get perfect retracement to 50%, and then continue to the upside on the daily. Now we're pushing higher. This is the new order block supply level. That daily count. Sorry, I might as well make this bigger. I'll be a little sexier here for you guys, instead of just squinting our eyeballs at that. So if this is the daily one, now we've got order block. We've run up above it, come back, tag the order block. Now we start to move up again. No different than if this was a 1 minute candle. So don't look at these things any different than you would any damn candle we've been doing for months now. Order block, we've broke above it, and you want to see this come back to 1, midpoint, and the high. Equal highs. That old high back there, it could find sensitivity off of that and not even touch that. We could get a fair value gap forming. So today we get a nice bold candle up, stops. Tomorrow comes down, makes a small little reversal candle on the Thursday. Thursday's reversal. And then Friday, tap the top of this and then start pushing up higher. How's that for an objective? I'm glad it's mentioned here at 8:23 Canadian time, because that's what I'm looking for. That's what I would like to see. For continuation to the upside in the next couple of days, which means we can get in on some cheddar here. We get some cheddar. This kind of tells me now I should be, I like that idea that we're looking at down here, this inversion, As soon as it gets above it, that helps to support this, definitely helps to support the idea that as soon as you have to decide whether that breaker, or sorry, that midpoint order block or this breakthrough and inversion is stronger for you. That's again my rule. So I'm going to look for, I like the idea of that break through the body now. Helps to reinforce that idea. How many of you are feeling right now, I wish I was still on this, or I wish I was on this? I guess we're all saying that. We're all saying we wish we were on it. But if there's no silver bullet here for you to enter in on, a typical, there's the 10 o'clock, 10:07, the 10:12 that I was looking for, 10:12, not even available for you. 10:16, not even available. 18, not even available for you. So there is no silver bullet for you to get on here unless, now let's go down into the 15-second chart. Here's where it'll drive you nuts, because we probably got something sitting right here. And Michael was saying it's on the 15-second chart or 1 minute chart. So here's 10 o'clock, 10:06. Right there. 10:07. Silver bullet right there. Just tagged it, and off to the races you go. So you would have found it on a 15-second chart. Now you may have said, well, you know what, I want to see it break this high first before I start getting all excited about jumping in on silver bullets. But if you're just looking for that break, that took out the low, we came back into the mean threshold of that candle on the 15-second chart. We get an order block. We found some support at that order block. Even if you said 10:06 and 15 seconds, that right there is a fair value gap. You would have tagged it and you would have caught it right near the bottom. You'd be like, ha ha ha. I think tomorrow we'll start putting a 15-second chart on, a 1 minute chart and a 5 minute chart, and see if we can find a silver bullet that way. Are you all game for that for tomorrow? Derek, my friend, good morning. Time to make some scrambled eggs. For all 17 of us. Buffet at Derek's house. Excuse me. Vittorio, interesting how you drew that fib extensions on the daily chart. Which swing did you expect to project? Oh, on the daily chart? We'll go back to that here. So there's two different things I had mentioned here. I guess you're pretty new, so this is what's going on. New to our thing, not saying you're a new person, whatever. So here's the extension, the leg that took out the low. There's different ways, two ways to look at this. One is the leg that took out the low, right there. You'd pull your fib extension tool and look for 4 expansion, then 5, and so on and so forth. The other one is this price leg from here to here, and then an extension from there up. And this is a weekly extension of a price leg. I'm just looking at price legs. So you could say from here to here with a retracement, and then a continuation to the upside. You may look at this one and go from here to here, then the extension there, that would be at 25, 50, 75, and then extend that way. I looked for something that was more of a significant retracement, not just this little consolidation. So I took this leg here. These are not trend lines, just so we'll make that clear to my friend there who was looking at this the other day. They're not trend lines. So that's just one price leg, 2 price legs. We're looking for Mr. Happy Face up here, if it's a price leg. And when you start to break that high, to me, and you come back, that's what I was looking for, is the retracement back in here. If we didn't get it, that's great, that's fine. We have a mean threshold of this up close order block. Bissy, mean threshold, or sorry, consequent encroachment, and then the break above the highs, we're still looking for further upside. So that's kind of like the price extension, the next leg up. That's kind of like what I'm looking for there. Vito. I'm going to call you Vito. Vito. It probably is your nickname. I don't know. I'm guessing. Never trying to offend anybody here. Just so you know, anybody who's new, not trying to offend anybody. You get nicknames from me. They're all out of love. I try not to make anybody feel bad. So if you're offended by the name, by all means, just let me know. And I'll stop saying it. I'm not trying to offend anybody. Yeah, so that was that. That's where that came from. Look at this deliciousness. Look at this. Oh, man, we could have caught a killer silver bullet today. I love it. I love it. I just had an idea. I wish I was still on this trade, but I got my piece today. Yep. Yeah. I got some lucky cheese ball coming on the way down, because then when it turned around, I got the cheese ball on the way down. When it reversed, I didn't even think to get in here. Well, I did think to get in there, but didn't take it. We were talking about how confident were you to trade your plan. Mine clearly was not confident enough. Good plan. I was long, but I closed it too early. You closed it because you felt the need to, my friend. You felt the need to. No problem with that at all. Don't beat yourself up. Just say, I got a piece. I got me a piece of the action. We're ants at a party, man. And that's the cake. We got to nibble on the cake. Got fat left. That's fine. We'll dial it in. The year is still fresh, my friends. We will murder this in the days, weeks, months to come. I'm not worried at all. I think we're just gonna destroy this year. If we get these kind of clean days like this versus the crap we were dealing with yesterday, oh, deliciousness, my friends. They'll be ready in about 5 minutes if you can get here. I've got plenty. Nice explanation. Thanks. You're welcome. You are welcome, sir. Did you guys see we got 160 subscribers? 160 people. I feel like, man, that would overfill my garage. So I look about the mass size and try to imagine a small little auditorium, 160 people. Then if we get over to 500 people, then it would be like, wow, 500 people. You'd have to that's not even a backyard, somebody's backyard. That's like a little football field or something like that. And then you slowly try to picture in my mind helping out more and more people. More and more people start to gather around, and we all develop this community of people that are here to help each other move forward. And then at the end of the year, how many people moved the ball down the field? How many people hit some home runs, and we all celebrated along with you? Here, and you get your prop firms passing your prop firms, making eggs. You think about how many eggs Derek's going to make this year. Woo! You bet you get yourself a big pan there, Derek. This could be you better get yourself a little egg farm. More chickens. All right, so we've got this guy's done. I can be happy to remove the target, and it worked. So that is done. Dun, 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 dun. This looks so good. So let's come back and revisit it tomorrow on the Thursday reversal candle. Wouldn't that be delectable? Thursday reverse a little bit. Either come all the way back to it, tag it, and let's get the hell out of Dodge, or create a little fair value gap that we can get in on. What would be really nice is if it didn't touch this, that it creates a fair value gap in here. In a second, I'll be right back. I'm just going to clear my throat here. Okay, I'm back. If we get a fair value gap forming right here on the hourly, we come back, tag it, and leave that open. Just come to the mean threshold. Sorry, consequent encroachment of the BISI. And then leave that open and then continue going. So that's like a breakaway gap now. We have a fair value gap that forms above these old highs. That would be nice. That would be so nice. So, let me see here. Let me see here. Consolidation. Back to consult. Yeah, something tells me we're going to come back into here. What's that range? If you look at the range that was created after the low was taken out, right there, and we have this 50, look at that, 62%. Usually on the 11 o'clock candle, there's a retracement back into the range that was created between 10 or 9:30 and we'll say from the 9:30 low even. 62% puts us right on the beezer. Look at that. So if we get a retracement to 62%, that might be the long right there. Or look for this inversion to break on the downside, come back up to it. This might be a short to here. Now, you're trading contrary to the flow of the market, but you might actually be catching a short little retracement. Something to kind of keep in mind. There's a couple of trade ideas that I got kind of munging around in my head. So if this the high holds right now, then 62% retracement puts us right on the money, on the breaker. D, what do you think about this session 1 hour on the weekend on Discord, for example, where we can have two-way communication to ask questions and have discussions? Oh, there's, I can open up I have a breakfast club on Skype. Do you guys use Skype? Or is that like old school? Everybody's on Discord. I do have a Discord channel if everybody's interested in Discord. I can put the link up there and we can have a discussion on Sunday. I used to build bots on Sundays. I used to meet up with some guys and build bots. I have a bot that I just can't trade on here, but my bot on the looks for this silver bullet entry. It looks for a simple silver bullet entry at at a certain time, and then trades it either long or short depending on what time I set it to have a look for it. And then it will scale out as well. It's a nifty little bot, but it's on MT4, MT5, and I don't really trade MT4, MT5 anymore except for the prop firm that I'm with. But I got a couple of little tweaks I want to make on it, and I've only got like 90 days left of FX Dreamer to fix it. I've been mucking around in here. Anyway, and answer your question, I kind of got sidetracked there. Yeah, I could do a weekend, an hour session on the weekend if you guys need a discussion about something. We can have a regular meetup if you like. We can either do it on Skype or Discord. I don't know if I could really put video on Discord. Never done a video on Discord, but Skype's easy enough. What do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up if you're interested. Oh, Furba, watch gold. I think there's a silver bullet entry. If there is, it was passed us by a long time ago. Gold. Where's gold? Gold's right here, up to an order block. Yeah, you're right off the top of that. If you would have caught that inversion right there, come back, tag the inversion and went long for the mean threshold of this candle, or at least the order block body here, old high for yesterday, you know, those would all been great little entries to go long there, Furba. I didn't see this entry because I haven't been watching gold, but we're looking for a fill of this. It came down, filled it. We're looking for the next entry down in here, or next point once you get off of here and midpoint of that candle on the daily. If you find some resistance off of that there, so let me just take this guy here, clone, stick him up here. If you find you react off of that and we get a wick forming and then it starts to roll over again, look for midpoint to close of that fair value gap again, that inversion. Dig into it, then you may work around in here for a bit before you're running down here, but if it turns around and blows right through, look for that low to get taken and then eventually run into here, because you still have the top of that candle, which makes this BISI here still viable for a finish. Everything's kind of hinging on that candle right there for gold. And watch the American dollar. Obviously you've got to find all your contrarian reasons to support or resist that. That's all I got for gold right now. So far, I'm liking this high staying intact for a continuation now, because we're getting to 31, 32. There's a crazy Ivan. And then, so we're reversing, look back over his shoulder, and then continue down. Crazy Ivan. Oh, we're at 40. There's 40, there's a swing 40. 45, 42, 850. That'd be a nice Sunday pre-market. Yep. That's the fun part about taking a Sunday. If you decide, we clean the charts out, start off from scratch, and then mark up the charts together, build a plan together on where we think the market's going to go. We'll bounce some theories off. Everybody kind of bounce an idea, a theory, and we'll work those theories. We'll work the plans and say what we expect to see. Mark up your chart, take your book, mark up your prices. It'd be a regular little investors group sort of idea, or just an idea of people just bouncing some ICT concepts off of each other, right? And saying, what do we see? We'll run a bunch of different scenarios. What one gets the biggest vote? Where we think it's going to go? And see if the plan starts to work out, and how we have to form some flexibility if it doesn't. Because I'd like to start working on some of these weekly plans. I don't look at the weekly chart enough. And I'd like to look at the weekly chart, because sometimes you could look at that. If you nail a weekly chart on a direction, like, holy smokes, can you imagine just nailing this constantly every day in the right direction for your weekly objective? That would be awesome. So yeah, I'd be game to do an hour or so on a Sunday. Now the problem is trying to align everybody. And my wife has the weekends off, so she likes to spend them together. I used to start off doing our 2-hour bot sessions, and they turned into 5-hour bot sessions where I just sit there and yak and have a great time building bots with my buddies. See, there's no inversion or anything to kick off of other than here, right? So we've got the fair value gap. It came down, it filled it, and bouncing off. So this could be just a continuation again for the upside. We'd have to see it get below this low right here, below it, and come back into it for me to get more bearish on this. It may happen. This may be just a consolidation, then a run up, take out the highs, and then come back down into it. That price leg is the one that we'll be looking for. So this is kind of like a rinse and repeat kind of strategy, right? Consolidation, break up above, create the leg that is the expansion leg when you do the reversal, and then expand back down into 2, 3, whatever standard deviations you want to look for a run back into the next discount array in whatever range that creates. If this is still the range right there, if that holds, which we're already through the midpoint already, we're up into the rejection block of this candle here, this little cluster. Now I want to see that just kind of pop down, come back up. We're going to see a bold candle get down in here, come back up into it. But I want to see the high get taken out, so that something down here becomes a breaker. If we can get a breaker down here that we can pop below, come back into it, that gives me more confidence that we can have a better run down. So you want to see a high get taken out, create a breaker. And a reversal of that would be like a high, bold candle down, that runs below a low, creating a fair value gap with a breaker inside it, and short. It's the same kind of thing we did back over here, wherever it was. This little run this morning back into here. That breaker, run back up into it, get short on it again, which we didn't take, but whatever. That's the kind of idea I'm looking for. So it's just rinse and repeat. A regular trading plan that seems to come to fruition, and we've seen it. We've already talked about this multiple times this year, and we're only in February already, so it seems to be a definite reoccurring pattern that occurs every day. Kirk, FOMC speakers, 11 o'clock, 12:30, and bond auction at 1:30. Thank you, thanks, Kirk. So we have 11. Okay, so that'll be right shortly then. We'll see what happens here. Pop up, ram down. So watch on the news release, watch to see where the candle pops first. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. No more thumbs, no. I guess there's not everybody wants to meet on a Sunday. No more thumbs. Thumbs speaker. Okay. Okay. The run above. What do we say our daily was going to be? Next level is, well, that's almost 1,000 handles above us here. 4.5. Well, let's go with a 4.5. Let me just see this here. Settings. Okay, so 18.9, 18, so we'll just say 18,100 next upside. Well, that's what we wanted. We wanted a pop up and a drop down. There's a little fair value gap forming right there on the, yeah, you want to see that taking out the low now. Wonder if we run down now to rebalance leg up. Well, this is what we were calling for, right? I want to see that run up here, then on the drop down. Nice leg drop down here. That's it. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. There was a 15-second. Of course there was. We would have missed the 15-second entry because we're not in the 15-second chart. Of course we've missed it. That's all right. I like 1 minute. We'll see what's going on here. So now we have a breaker because we broke the low. So a breaker return or midpoint consolidation or price leg that takes out the high. Look for 50% of the range. So back into here or here. You could have it run up into there or meet thresholds. You'd have to put your stop loss above the high there for a short. Let's try a short right up in here. So 50% of that leg. No, see, now that's not following my rule. I'm going to do my rule first before I engage in this. If it takes it, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. But here's the rule. Have to have a body break this low, no wicks. So body has to get down here, then come back up, and then I'll take 50% of that leg. Or you could take I guess this would be the breaker, the lowest down close candle. This is the parent breaker of that run above this high here. So if you could get a return into that, that would be a short. Now that you got to get a body below it, now you've got a body right there. So that would have been a short right there. But I want a premium price, so you can take it right here at 50% of that, bang, right there. Or if you want a premium, I want the leg. I'll take the leg, so 50% of that leg, stop loss goes up there. And if I'm wrong, I don't care, because now I've got a body below that. Yeah, it's a small body, but I'll take it. So if we get a nice little run back up into here, even right there would be nice. Off that breaker inside of fair value gap, broken a low. Oh, Candyland. Let's just put one in there. What the hell? I'm going to put one right about here. Sell it. If I don't get it, I don't care. Again, this is a feasible level, 50% right there. If that rolls over and comes down now, these are entry points. So if you, even if you did scaling entry in 1, 2, 3, or sorry, 1, 2, and then 3 there, stop losses all have to go up here. And it's not a big body below that low, but it is a body. Wonder if we run down to rebalance the leg up. There was a 15-second entry. 15 seconds. Let's look at the 15-second chart. Breaker inside of fair value gap, 50%. That's our entry right there, right off that breaker. So if we consolidation, body roll, come back in. There's a short right there. Inside this consolidation. Sorry, let me make this bigger. Geez, I don't know why I keep putting this thing so tiny. There's your consolidation. So take your 50% of your consolidation from here to here. Get this out of the way. There's 50% of your consolidation right there, short. That's what we were talking about on the 1 minute. So if it continues down now, that's a logical. Those are 3 logical places I gave you for potential entries. 1, 2, and this guy up here. And I'm okay if we don't get it. No, I don't want this. If we start taking out this low, I'm going to close this out. We're already back to that order block already. Yeah, I'll close this out now. See, that's beautiful. Beautiful little entry. I wanted the, and then you have to decide how much of that did you want. I want absolute precision. I want up here. Or you had those 3 different entries. You would have 1, 2. You would have 2 of them at least right there for a short. We're on fire today. This is good. It's working out. Lovely. Doing exactly what we wanted it to do. Ugh. We called this right before it happened, and it happened. Love it. Are you guys excited about that? I'm excited about that. When you start to see it and call it before it happens, you start to look at these little 1 minute candles and you start to go, oh, what if I did this on the daily now? What if I did that on the daily? Hot diggity damn. This is, just imagine this is like right now, you would have called the 50% of that. You would have loaded up. You're 1, 2, 3, 4 days in already, just capturing lows, capturing a constant run down. That's why you practice on the daily and the weekly. Now you start catching these weekly runs. You go, wow, like what an awesome freaking week that's been for us, right? 5 candles right from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. You say, I'm good. I've taken huge runs for the weeks. Anyway, I like it. I think it's fun. Tell your friends we're going parabolic this year. Get really excited. Get motivated. With Derek's cooking those eggs in the morning, getting us all fired up, feeding the masses. Okay, so we want to lose the mean threshold of this candle, not just tap it. So run back up into order block, old lows. Oh, it's hit the old low right there. Oh no, it hasn't. Just short of it. So fair value gap, again, inversions. Look at all your inversions. I'm getting lazy now. I'm not really doing it, so I should be doing these. Relative equal lows. So if we get back up into here, this might be worth a trade. If we blow through here, look for the premium array, and that premium array is sitting right here. Still some on the stove if anyone's coming. If not, I'll have them for dinner after my 9 holes of golf this afternoon. Derek has got it. He understands it. Enjoy the full flavor of life. Moderation is for monks. He's having his scrambled eggs in a golf game. What more could a man ask for? Now, Derek usually on a Sunday puts in some work. He usually does his charts. You usually do your charts on a Sunday, don't you, Derek? And then you graciously share those with the people on the Telegram channel. So those of you who don't have Telegram or not on our Telegram channel, we have up in the bio at the top of the screen, you'll find multiple different links to the different things we're on. So if you want to get in on a Telegram community, again, same thing applies as in here. You got to be respectful, got to be kind to one another, share your thoughts and ideas, or sit quietly on the sidelines. I'm all right with that. Just be kind and polite to each other. No one, anybody disrespects people, you're gone. I'm just not going to tolerate drama. We want to build a community of people that really care about each other. We want to help each other out. So make sure you're going to give some input. Understand ICT concepts before you get in there. If you don't understand the concepts, then just sit on the sidelines and kind of watch. It's not a place where you can just get your free trades and expect free signals so somebody else can trade your account for you. That's not what it's up there for. It's about people, like-minded people, trying to build a community of like-minded people. Because you're going to have different people have different ideas for trade setups. And if you got more people tackling a problem, the problem becomes simpler over time, because you'll start to see like-minded people coming up with very, very logical trading plans. And it's like I said before, you see a model, you see your plan setting up, like we talked about here. If you see that model set up, then trade it. Trade your model, trade your plan. Back to this order block here. Does this provide a level of support? Look for breaker, again, to provide a level of support. If we eat through this, look for that 50% of that leg again. I guess technically it's not a breaker because it's a down closed candle. It does not break an old high. This one doesn't break an old high. This one doesn't break an old high. This one breaks the high. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it does. It breaks that high there. That puts us into 50%, puts us right inside here. Overlapping breaker. See how we've gone here. 1, 2, 3. Eating through them now. So that tells me that if we find support above here, because here's your inversion, we got a body trade above it, trade back to it. Now we're looking for a premium array inside this range that we're looking at. So if you come back into this order block, look for a run up into the premium level of that range. Look for 50%, 62%, so on and so forth. For quick, if you're looking for a super sniper type of trades. DC, I like your lifestyle. Trade, eat, and golf. Any happy hour in there? Yeah, Saturday and Sunday is my habit. You mean your Saturday, Sunday is your happy hour? Derek has a happy hour. It starts on Saturday and goes till Sunday. Power of masterminding. I love it. Sorry, I didn't mean to imply you were a heavy drinker there, Derek. Yeah, you want to see this mean threshold give way. There you go. Not looking for a premium array inside that little range we just talked about. So 50%, and then you want to see if it just goes boop, pops up into here. I'm still gonna think I'll put one in short there. I'll still put a short there, and I'll put a really small stop loss on that, because if I'm wrong, I don't want to give back too much of my profits. So ideally, premium array to discount array. See that? There's no other one in here. Right in there, that guy was left open still. Just popped into a little bit, but left it open. So that would be the objective right there for me. Now, it would make me laugh if it just came right up to their 50%, hit it with precision, and then turn around and came back down. I chuckle to myself and say that's okay. I'd be happy with it even if it did that and I wasn't on. It's about celebrating your mind now and what you see. For me, I'm just trying to boost that confidence. My brain is seeing something. I want to be excited about that. Yes, good for you. Positive mindset. Because I have to rewire all that negative crap I fed it for years. Beating up on myself. So now I want to try and find any opportunity to celebrate what my eye is seeing. Just short of the 50% of that leg. If that rolls over and goes down here now, I'm fine with that as well. In and around there, because that's just that fair value gap right here. Filling it right near the 50%. So now you either say, do I want to take the one as close to the PD array as I can, or do I want to take the one just after the PD array? Which one do you want to be? Conservative and get in, or you want to be really... I really want to go for the full juice of that lemon. I'm going to go for that above 50%. Again, you don't want the body closing above here, though. Now, if this thing gets filled in here, I'm not so excited about it anymore. Because if it digs down into this range here really far and then starts to come back up again, then I'm thinking about this as a price leg to take that high out. So I want that to be an objective for here, not this range, which it looks like it's going to do. 5, 1 point, exactly 2 handles. Back into order block. I want to see something here. I started second guessing myself. So you got to think, I'm trying a contrarian position to what the market's been doing today, right? And we're going to go into lunch hour soon. And if we get into lunch hour, it usually wants to take out the high before retracement, right? So I'm starting to talk myself out of my own trade here. I'm going to have to see. Yeah, see, it's coming down into that layer right now. Yeah, I'd get out anyway if it comes into here. Well, that was pretty good, pretty close precision. Looking for that. Oh, Derek, do you remember when we talked about this? Now I'm just thinking about it now. Do you remember when we talked about this price leg going up, and then when we broke down, there was that fair value gap in the middle there, which was the optimum trade entry for us? Do you remember when we were talking about that? Look at that. Right there. I just saw it now and remembered that conversation we had about looking for that to be a rule to trade either 50% of the leg or that fair value gap. Sorry, I'm not trying to customize this. Derek can attest this conversation that we had about this fair value gap that occurs inside the leg that ran down to get back into that and get short, right short of 50%. Do you remember that conversation, Derek, or am I just hallucinating this? I do recall. Okay, good. Yeah. So that was kind of like we're trying to build a rule, you guys, over what this price leg above that breaks the high. So we were calling for this, but I forgot about that little thing there. So we're looking for 50% of that or the consolidation. I gave you the 3 different levels here. But here's another little rule that we were thinking about, which is this guy right here. When you see this setup happen, that fair value gap, if it's at or above this consolidation, take it for a short. Stop loss still goes up here. So we're looking for 50% of the leg. Didn't get it. 2 handles short, but man, look at that. Right inside that baby right there, and you're literally 3/4 of a handle out of drawdown. Now we should see a rundown below here. Now we want to see that. See how it's broken through here already? Body through, come back up. Bodies are respecting it. Wick does the damage, doesn't matter. You want to see that stay open? Run down below here, come back up, get into that breaker inside a fair value gap, short. Second stage distribution. That would be the unicorn run. But I want to see it break this low first. Oh, I guess this is a swing point here. I still think this thing is a viable place to run to. We're still in the discount. No, we're not. We're in the premium there, aren't we? Yeah, we're above premium. Look at this. But that's a 62% retracement. $62%, right on the money. Different ways to analyze it, I guess. They're all lining up after the fact. So you find ways to look for the trade setup, and if it doesn't pan out, start doing all this stuff. Dig down now and find out, all right, what would have been a feasible? Was I overreaching? No, because believe me, that 50% hits so many times. So many times it hits. It's a beautiful entry. But that fair value gap, I got to remember our rule, Derek, of that little fair value gap in there. And be happy with that. Stop loss, it should have to be a little bit longer. So now we've broken a low. Now I like to see it get back up into here. So I'm kind of looking for this kind of thing happening again right here. That's what I'm looking for right there. Similar repeat pattern to there. But this might be the distribution here now below these lows. What would be nice is if it just hit rejection block here, came back up. I like the premium discount, though, of the leg down. Needs to get into the premium before selling. I see that up move as a set of projection points for where the low may be. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's your, this is another one of those things that Derek does really well, is this. Projections. 2.5. And look where 2.5 puts us. In the breaker! What we're looking for. 2.5 puts us right into our breaker. All right, so break below. We got a new one over here now. So the body's respecting it. We're bouncing around inside it now. Hit the order block. Leave that open. Continue down. Oh, you're in ES. Well, the same thing applies here to this leg that extends down. Puts us in the breaker anyway. If you're looking at that little range, don't settle for a discount. Take a premium. If you don't get it, that's fine. I like that we've got at least 10% of our subscribers turning up every day for this stuff. Congratulations, those of you who are able to turn up during the day live session. If I got 10% of the people every day, that's pretty awesome. This is where she can roll on you. Start diving down. I am here every day, or I have passed. Or I have passed. You certainly are here every day, my friend. Every day. It's like every time I sign on in the morning, and I go to check the website or to check the YouTube to see if it's still live. It's like seeing an old friend that is there in the morning, cup of coffee, says, "Hey man, where are we going today? What are we doing today?" It's always nice to see Kirk there in the morning. Good morning. First thing, I think he's there before I'm there. Before I even line it up and go over and check, he's there already. Or I've passed away. Okay. See that? Back into that candle, into that inversion there. Find some support. Continue down. Again, it's 2 discount for me, but that could be it's a point where you see it. Expecting some resistance now for it to come back down. If it doesn't, then we still got that whole range to run inside here. And I like the premium array up here still. You need to lose this order block. In other words, pop out of here, get on there, then drive back through it. Ideally, if you want to see this just constantly keep being supported at order blocks, that there, the body, or anywhere inside here. See, you've just popped up just above there now. Get up into that order block, mean threshold, so you don't want to see the top of that get taken out with a body for sure. And see that order block. If you want to just see it continuously find support and keep coming back down like that, just kind of step in it, reverse step on the way down. That's all you want to see right there. Just come back to the top of that, roll over and come back down. Equal lows. They could be building this engineering liquidity here. Come back up, roll around inside here, pop up, and then slam down. Okay, that's filled now. I shouldn't have to go higher than that. If it does, then look for that higher PD array. So you're looking for premium array in here now. Bodies are respecting it. See how the wick does the damage? The bodies are still staying there. That's good. They're still respecting that fair value gap right there. You want to keep that. Now just roll this over and come back down. If you want to respect that order block. No close past the mean threshold. No close above that high. No close above this consolidation. Sorry, this SIBI. So multiple different confluences. If we close above any one of those three, then upside. See, he's eating through that order block now. That order block's got no value to me anymore. See how we've eaten through the mean threshold here once, twice. We're already through it a third time. It starts to lose its strength for me. So we could come back into this order block, back in the top of that fair value gap, and then run back up from here to here. That fair value gap to that one. Premium, discount. Funny thing, that, isn't it? That's a 32, 31. This could be a run all the way down or all the way up to that little premium array. We got some shenanigans that's going to happen here in the next. We got a crazy Ivan going to happen here in the next few minutes. Keep your eye on the next 6 candles. That thing's been hit 3 times. Would not suspect it of being able to hold price for much longer. We've hit the mean threshold. We're still inside this little array here, inside the 1 minute. It did hold price. No bodies closed above it. Mean threshold was tapped multiple times. No bodies closed above it. No body closed above the inversion. Now we have a body closing below the inversion. Come back and tap it. Continue down. So that's the step approach here. Now if we trade below this, you want to see this candle here provide support once we get below it. Beautiful thing. Those inversion gaps, they're beautiful things. Beautiful things. And if you like what we're doing here, smash the like button. It's always nice to see. I'd like to know if you guys are liking what we're doing. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Join the community up in Telegram, up in the bio section, Twitter, all those other things that they typically want you to do for these channels. Right in here, the small inversions. So that guy held right there. So come back, find some support at it. It's also the support here. Inside this order block, come back, find some support. You don't want to see that candle's high get taken. You want to just see it continue down now. I love this stream. Wow, you're always good for my ego, Kirk. Thank you. But this is not just about me. This is about all you guys as well. You got some awesome people giving some great comments on the sidelines. That order block has now become valid, even though it's a little wick. I like to see bodies get through there. You can see how this trade from here, inside that little guy right there, the 62%, if you were to just trade it at 62, you're looking at 35 handles already. That's almost 50 handles just to here. Yeah, we're coming into that lunch hour, right? Is there another, I think Kirk was saying that there's a 1 o'clock. Is there a 1 o'clock FOMC meeting? We're at 11 o'clock one. Didn't really give us a heck of a lot. Where's the silver bullet at 1 o'clock? Is there, or is 12 o'clock? There's 11. 1, 2. Some people might have got in there and got taken out there. Then you wait for the 12. There's nothing on the 12. Oh, there's a 12. 11. You would have got in here, got taken out. 16, 17. There's your 16. You never would have got it though. See what I mean? I like to get a body below these. get wicks, you got a chance of it just going right through it. Back into that inversion again. This one here, look at this high on this one here. Look right here. High on that candle is 81575. 81975. Just a fraction above that guy, but literally bouncing on the inversion. We thought this one got it, didn't. This guy hit it. And it was just enough to take out that little cluster right there. But now we got this guy who's been validated with a body above it. So you have the high, open, mean threshold. So you want to see that threshold give way. Otherwise we'll start to get back into that range again. Then we're back into that inversion all over again. See how it comes back to the body, the open here. And push back up. A little fair value gap. SIBI right here. You're really stuck in this little range here now. Until you can break that mean threshold there. We're sitting still. Today seems to be Speaker's Day, yes. Can we start a 50:03 chant? I'm thinking if enough of us chant loudly, price will succumb to the noise and go there. Yeah, it's like banging drums to get the pheasants out of the grass. We'll just make a lot of noise as we go marching through the grass, shake some of these pheasants up, and go for a hunt. Not that I will kill anything. %, inside a fair value gap, 62%. Oops. $79, back to the order block, right there, right on the money. The breaker, right there. Mean threshold, premium array. Does this little fella hold price now? Roll over and start coming back down into mean threshold, mean threshold. If we're looking at blowing through that guy, then again, look back up here. And if we blow through that guy, look up here. Because then you say consolidation, and then you start thinking about a market maker buy profile on this 1 minute or 15-second chart. Look for a market maker buy profile that looks aiming for targets above present market value. Consolidation, breakout, return to consolidation, march up. On ES, are you talking about ES? Let's look at ES. Derek needs a little group chant going on here. What are you trying to get? 50:03. Oh, you're trying to get down here. Are you in this by any chance, Derek? Are you short? Look for that array here. This still up here. I still like this. You're still inside this range here. And you've worked the discount like crazy. You've worked once above the, like if you take this range right here and you split it from there down to your lows, and just go into quarters and look what's going on in here. You haven't even hit the 75% of it. You've hit just above 50. You've really cleaned out that whole 25% range. So if you do have now suddenly run up to get some would-be sellers here, match them up with these little would-be buyers down here. Look for that little area right here above this little cluster. 75% puts you right in the middle of that consequent encroachment of the SIBI. So just kind of look at where it's been worked right now. That whole 50% of that area has been worked. So now if you want to find some support off this order block, old highs, consolidation, body breaks above the highs, comes back to them, find some support, start pushing through here, running for these highs into the premium. Because if this little propulsion candle here does not hold price, it starts to roll over and drop back down into here again, then this, to me, there's no reason to sit back into this range. It'll have to roll over and come through here. If it holds, then look for upside. What's the low on that candle there? 503.25. What's the low on that candle? 503.25. Same equal lows. No breaker. Well, I guess it could be a breaker right there. So right back into 50%. Wick down into imbalance. There's a bunch of imbalance crap in here. Now if you're going to hammer down, starts driving all the way through it. If not, you want to see that kick off here now and start really starting to move towards the upside. And we're coming into lunch hour now, so this could quite easily bounce around inside that range here for the next hour or so. You're short from 50.10. You're short from up here. Okay. You want that 50% to hold then, Derek. You don't want to start climbing up on top of this, because then all you've got is that little breaker right here, a run below this low. This guy here to hold price. If this is a breaker here as well, last up close candle before run below that low, and now we've broken above it, coming back to find support inside it here. See the low there and the low there. Does it provide support and we start to push higher, or are we just eating it up, turn around and roll over and go back down again? It feels like it wants to go up for me. But I hope I'm wrong, and it just drives all the way through here and takes Derek for a profit. Yeah, it's through the body and through the wick of it already. Now look at this candle here to provide support. Inside this one here, imbalance. They're really kind of banging it around inside this imbalance here. Inversion. Sorry, bud. Bodies of the candles are respecting that. The wicks did the damage inside that inversion. Bodies got above them, came back in. That inversion's holding price. And now we have a new breaker. A run above this high. So this becomes a new breaker. Area of support. So you're between this guy here and this guy here now. I'm rooting for you, Derek, but it feels kind of light right now. Smart move. Break even. Fair value gap forming. Come back, tag it, and then go long from there. Yeah. It's got a lot of resistance below it and some liquidity sitting above it and a ton of liquidity down here still. So this to me is engineering liquidity for sure, but we still haven't got that 75 been touched yet. So look for this imbalance order block here. Bang. Okay. Now you want to see this get above here. Now that we've come back into that fair value gap, into the order block. Now, does this provide a level of support? See how we're getting this consolidation, break above. We got a breaker here, get above it, come back deep into it here, and then pull up. Now we break this high, new breaker, all the way back to it, hit it. Now you're looking for an extension up into this guy. So now they're wrestling. Who's going to win? This one feels, again, much lighter than that level there. But, you know, you could still come up to the 50-10 level and roll over and come back down again, which is the rejection block, right? Yeah. Next, you see how we're right in the middle of that range now? Right in the 50% of that big range. Even this big range, right from the high that was made in the New York session. See the 50% we're sitting on? So Derek's right. You got to make a move now, right? At least you're break even, buds. Hope you got a little piece off in here somewhere. So look for these highs and this again back up into that breaker up here. So the noon, if we take out this high here at noon and then reverse and get back into around, that might be the high of the day, and start running back down into this equal lows. We're through that, into that now. There's your 75%. Now we just can't off of here. It's also this other order block up top here. So we react off of the bottom of that, which is also the filling of the fair value gap here. Now the question is, does these mean threshold hold? I think we're going to take these highs for lunch hour. And turtle soup. You can almost turtle soup the sucker right here. Unless this is this continuous march up. Don't forget that daily, we're still seeing the march. This could be just a slow, steady grind all the way up still. And that's the best you could get for a retracement. Right? See how that, we're talking about the high, fair value gap, return to it right in here. So this next hour, if we returned back down into here, that would be an ideal time to get a, we're calling this a couple of hours ago. Remember when we were looking for this and we say a big bold candle, we wanted the next candle to create a fair value gap, then trade back into it, which would be taking this low out right here, getting back. So this would be the lunch hour, return to here, and then 1 o'clock, continue its run up. Right there. How's that for an idea? Rejection block? Do I need to reinforce to you a place to exit for some profits? Because if that doesn't happen now, we just roll over here. Perfect place to exit. Take a piece of your pie. It engineered liquidity below price, so surprised me that it doesn't want to get that before it makes a move up. At the same time, on the 5 minute, just look out a higher, some higher before going lower. Yeah, I think this could be the lunch hour, taking out the AM session high, and then rolling over and coming back down. So consolidation, leg that takes the high, rinse and repeat, the same stuff we did down in here. Leg that takes the high, trade through, consolidation, back to it, continue on the downside, heading for our objective, fill that fair value gap. I love that rejection block. Trade to an old set of highs here. Right back to a breaker. That was the breaker. We broke through it, come back, find support at it, continue higher. NQ's doing the same thing. NQ's got the same thing going on. Looking for, yeah, but they haven't done that yet. See the difference? See right there? That's been hit by ES already. NQ has not done that yet. lunch hour. What are you going to do? Crazy how that rejection block again proves itself. Finds support. Driving back through the breaker again. We'll see where the bodies end up. Fair value gap. Fill. Bissy. Little tiny guy right here. Find support on that and roll down. If that does not take those highs before lunch and starts running down in here, see where the body ends up. We have the same thing going down here with the body respecting that, still wicked, a bit of damage, but the body still supported it here. Same kind of principle we're setting up right here. Is the body respecting this. The wick can do some damage and pop below it, but it's only popping down into the order block, so it's got to make up its mind now. If it runs down past here on a body close into this guy, then look for further downside, because we're just coming back, order block validated, come back into it, find support. Now we're back into the opening, threshold still hasn't been hit, we come back again one more time into the low. We'll see how that candle, if it holds it, for laddering effect to continue to the upside. You want to see that guy give way now. Nice. Ticks me off, he says. Had some more profits going there before I insisted that I take out the 503 low. Yeah, I think this is still going up though, Derek. I think it's still got some more upside to do. You got out there. I think you made the right decision. If that's your if that was your break even at 15 or 50.10, and you had some profits, if you scaled a piece out, that's great, and then you broke even, that's fine. Were you thinking this was going to drive all the way back down again? Oh, you're saying you had profits, you were taking profits, and then they came back to break even. Okay, I get you. Inversion right here. Let's move this guy up to here now. See that? Midpoint, mean threshold, tapped it in a logical place to find support. Oh, this feels so much better than it did yesterday. The market's a little more cleaner. It's a little easier to read. It's still kind of choppy, but nowhere near as crappy as it was yesterday. At least we can get a bit of a read on it. So there you have it, going into lunch hour. I might take a small siesta here. Gonna go have a shower. It's now 10 o'clock in the morning, so I should, get out of my pajamas. And this could just be marking time for a bit. See, we're in that, we've worked this whole side here. Now you've got that 75% of that range on the upper part of the 50% we're working now. So we could see this further run up into here. Just work that like nobody's biz right now. Look at the price legs. Do you see these little price legs that happened here? Run to here. That price leg run up above those highs. That's done. Yeah, so I think I'm going to take a break for a bit, go have a shower, and my buddy's going to take me for lunch today. I have a little chat about some stocks and some investments and stuff. So if I do get back in here, I'll try and get back in an hour if he hasn't called me. If not, then I will see you guys tomorrow for another fun-filled adventure of trading the markets. Let's just double check the NQ. Yeah, NQ is looking. Keep drawing your inversions. Keep looking for a premium and discount inversion. So this guy here, you're going to start moving this guy over here now. Like that. And like that. And then you want to create a premium and discount one. So don't forget that guy up there still. If you're still inside that big range, this is a discount one. That's a premium one. Find here. Reach for that. Look for the, again, mean threshold. Do you take the highs out for lunch, or do we just come back into breaker inside a fair value gap and then get some delicious rundown into this low stuff taken out? Again, trying to get back over here to these equal highs, or at least bottom of that fair value gap right there. Tap it, go. If that leaves it open, I'm all right with that. Just tap this piece here and go. Anyway, I might see you guys in another hour or so. Vito, you're very welcome, my friend. I will see you guys either in an hour or so or tomorrow. Stay safe, take care of each other, love you guys all. Happiness all around the world, share, care. Take care of everyone out there. Pop into the channel. Show some love to your fellow people. If somebody's struggling, give them a hand, help them out. Let's make sure we don't leave anybody behind here. I want to see people, I want to see all boats rising, man. And we're all in this little island, this ocean together. So let's all kind of rise up together and, let's help some people out if we can. And let's not leave anyone behind. Okay, love you guys, and I'll may see you again in an hour.